Hello everyone, welcome to CG Futures. I hope you guys are having a good time. I'd just like to thank all the guys that have been sorting out the event and that have made this possible, and to all the artists that have come here. Some people which have been a massive inspiration for me in my career. I would just like to send a round of applause because this shit wouldn't happen if these guys weren't here. So, big round of applause, guys. And I hope you guys are having fun. So I try to do as many things as I can. I remember being very much inspired by StarCraft, and I wanted to do kind of a city in that sense. And 15 years later, I was able to achieve something that I thought was much closer to what I was originally trying to do when I was a kid. And I still have that same love and that same, I'm still a fan. So for me, when that feeling goes away, that I'm not looking at other artists and like, wow, how the fuck did he do that or anything? That's the day I'll quit. I don't do this for money. I do it because I love doing it. And I believe if you do something with a passion that you love, everything else will sort itself out. And as long as you're happy doing what you love, who cares about anything else, right? So then characters. These are some of my more recent characters, just to show you how I went from trying to do these things to eventually getting to a spot where I was quite happy. And in a sense, trying to convey, I'm picturing him coming over the hill and seeing a couple of Jedis there, and these guys are just like, okay, we're going to turn back and run the other direction. We do not want to face this guy. And these are the kind of emotions that I want to try to put into my work. More work that I've done, more robotic stuff. I mean, these are back from 2014, so a little bit old. I do a lot of personal work. I tend to not show a lot of the professional work I do, just because sometimes you'll end up doing a lot of crap that I never want to do again. But my personal work basically tells, the public, because I'm recently just being in South Africa, that, this is what I kind of want to work on, and people seem to they come to me to recreate something like this, not to recreate something that they've seen in like a blur, cinematic, a prop, a grenade, a water bottle. I'm not interested into doing these things. What you want to do, you should try to show the work you do in your personal work. That's what you will get hired for. At least that's what I hope I try to get hired for. Again, more robotic work. I like to add a lot of cloth. I don't like to see your standard hulking, blocky robot. They're cool, but I've always come from like a Gundam, more anime sort of background, and I do like flowing shapes. I do focus on the silhouette. For me, I want something to be recognizable from a distance, not only from up close like this. I see a lot of work today that's super detailed, super nice, but as soon as I put that character at a distance, they could all be the same character. There's no variation in silhouette, and I find maybe this is I'm not exactly sure why, but in my case, I do focus on the silhouette and work down. That's something I find really important. Get the big shapes done first, and then all the details that everybody gets all hyped up about, and everybody's like, whoa, look at all these little pieces. That's candy on top that you can do at the end. But make sure you get those primary forms correct. Again, as I mentioned before, I love Alien, and as much as I hope you feel a sense of the Alien, it's still varied, that it's not a replica of Giger's Alien. These are more recent works that I've been doing. I don't like to spend a lot of time on my work. This is about a day's work. I mean, anybody that watched my workshop yesterday will get an idea of the speed that I like to work at. Given a little bit more time, I do spend more time in details, and any time a job requires anything more, I can always add it on top at a later stage. But to get the idea out and to convey an emotion or something that they need for the script, these quick kind of studies is what's helped me get more into the concept area of things. I mean, I've got a varied background. I've done modeling for games, I've done like modeling for the military, just using 3D Max, making like bolts and stuff, big pain in the butt, never want to do it again. But all these things did help me understand what I don't want to do and slowly start to work out what I did want to do. I also like to play with the Toon Shader and Keyshot, which is a pretty cool feature. It does give you a more inked sort of cartoon effect, which I really love to do. And these are things that you can just, I mean, I get bored with things, so I like to play around. And doing things like this definitely keeps me going and keeps my interest peaking. So I find if you keep doing the same thing repetitively over and over again, it's cool, but for myself, I would not be able to keep myself entertained, and I would not be able to keep myself passionate about what I'm doing. I also like to play with cars. So as you can see from a character point, I do robots, organic characters, and I also like to do vehicles and environments. I try to vary it as much. I don't spend as much time doing this, but yeah, my ideas in cars might not be the best. Some guy said, oh, it must be awesome to drive a car without a torso. So it's like basically you'd have to be chopped in half to get in this. But the way I envision this, which I maybe should put more explanation, is that you can open the door and there would be like a little lounge inside the car. So this car would be quite big, say something like that. And instead of you driving around, you sit down, you can set up the interior how you want, like an office, a lounge, if you want a kitchen, whatever, do that. But that's kind of what I envisioned for the car. Just a means to get you from A to B while you're doing whatever else you want to be doing. Again with a Keyshot, so you can see how you can really start to get some more anime-influenced images. I like to play with lighting, and I love Ninja Scroll and all the animes, and the lighting quality that they get, I want to try replicate, obviously not 100%. I looked at an anime, I think I was watching, this was Metal Gear Solid, Snake, for anybody that knows that. And I was watching a whole bunch of things that Ashley Wood did, then I put it all aside, and I tried to focus on this. And again, very quick images just to keep me interested. And same thing again, more on the robotic vibe. But as you see, I can explore more ideas, and it's really cool using the Toon Shader because you actually land up with a line on the outside edge, and then you can go into Photoshop and you can actually start to paint in extra lines or use lines as guides that are already there to take it even further. And I mean, these are a lot of fun for me to do. I really enjoy it. Actually, I'm really going to spend the time this year, and I want to do a whole series of them, which they're going to entail a whole bunch of different functionalities, you know, kitchen robot, cooking, burger flipping robot, whatever. So just a whole bunch of things that I enjoy doing. Again, more 2D stuff, just trying to illustrate exactly how far you can take this. And the creature work that I do. So as you can see, I like to vary things as much as possible, but with anything I do, I don't like to be a jack of all trades and not good at one. I'm trying to be pretty good at all of them, but it does take a little bit of toll on you. And for me, it's only because of the inspiration that I see from a lot of the artists here, and I see guys like Alex, I see guys like Aaron, and I want to do a bit of that, and I want to do a bit of like more organic stuff. So it's, you know, it's just to keep me interested. And I do suggest any of you that only do organics or only do anatomy or only, it's good to try, vary up things and play in different areas. It will definitely help you if you're an anatomy guy or if you're doing creatures. Knowing anatomy is going to help your creatures by tenfold. Because once you know that anatomy, you can start to distort it, play with it, and still make it look correct. And even in the animal kingdom, most of us have the same muscles and the same bone structure. It's just they're all specialized. And you can see the variety that you get in nature.